love with the new Mathews. Honestly, I think they made the bow for me. I think they seen my thoughts. They had a fucking drone following me around, hovering right over top of me, reading my thoughts, knowing exactly what I want out of a bow. But, you know, I should have put on there, this bow was made for Mikey Woomer. That's what it literally says when I look at that bow. And if I don't buy that bow, I'm gonna regret it until I buy the next one that's made for me. Hey guys, what's going on? So, I've been doing a lot of research, a lot of YouTube watching, a lot of Facebook scamming, just not scamming, scanning. I'm an idiot, seriously, I'm a dummy. You guys don't know me, I'm a truck driver. I drive truck, I'm out on the road like crazy. And when I'm not out in the truck, I'm trying to hunt as much as possible, or shooting my bow, or doing something with my arrows. That's my hobby. It's, you know, it's what I do. But instead of playing with this little thing here, set it down. I went to this bow shop this week, and I shot the number 2 cam Hoyt at 28 inches, 70 pounds, and I shot the new Mathews 28-inch bow, and I held them side by side, and the new Hoyt actually looks and feels smaller than the 28-inch bow. And I went into that thinking that I want the shortest compact bow I could possibly get. I want the smallest thing with the most this and the most that. Bam, baby, that's what I want. And I need to not do that. You know, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. And, you know, my whole thing with the Hoyt is cost. And I know that you can get an aluminum bow and it's a lot cheaper. You can get it and I want to shoot, but is it the Axius? I think it's the Axius with the 28-inch or the 29.5-inch bow with the number 2 cam. I do want to shoot that bow whenever I possibly can, because I don't think it's in any bow shop yet, so I gotta wait for that to come out. But I want to shoot that bow before I bust a move and buy the new 28-inch Mathews, because I'm in love with that color. Like, I love that ambush green. Every freaking review I've watched has the ambush green in it, so I think either Mathews is pushing that on everybody, or everybody is just like me, and we love the ambush color green. Olive green is one of my all-time favorite colors. My wife gets mad at me because I swear that's all I wear. I wear Duluth pants that are ambush green. It's olive green. But, you know, I got shorts. They're shorts that are olive green. You know, I got shirts that are green. I like the color green, especially ambush green, olive green, army green. I don't give a fuck what color green you want to call it. I like it. And for Mathews to come out with a short 28-inch bow and an olive ambush green looking color, it's like they said, hey Mikey, we built a bow for you. Here you go, sir. This is for you, Mikey. We know that you wanted a nice short-inch bow, and we know that you like the color green. And not only do you like the color green, but you like the color olive green. So this, sir, is for you. Here you go, Mikey. Here is your bow. Here you go. And then my dumbass goes to the bow shop, shoots it, and I'm like, yeah, I really like that. And they talked me into shooting the Hoyt, and I'm like, wow, that Hoyt was really nice, but like, I think the Hoyt had a stabilizer on it and a few more things, maybe, anyhow. I don't think that the Mathews had a stabilizer on it that I shot, and I don't know if that's them trying to get one over on me, or if that's just because that's the only one they had, or what. Like, I don't think, like, they want to sell just as many Mathews as they want to sell Hoyts. I feel sure of that. Like, I don't think that they're thinking, oh, let's sell him a Hoyt because he's a Hoyt guy. I don't think that's what's going on here. I'm not saying it ain't what's going on either. I don't know. I don't know them personally. They don't know me. I don't know them. I mean, I bought a Hoyt from them before. It doesn't mean I'm going to buy a Hoyt from them again. if there's a local bow shop, I might just go up to him and buy one. The only reason why I went back down there is because I wanted them to work on my bow. So, having said that, like, I really had my heart set on buying this new Mathews, and looking at the price points and all the more that I'm going to get for my RX1, like, I want to sell my RX1 really bad. And that's another thing. Selling a bow is not easy. It's not easy reselling your bow. Like, I wanted to sell it decked out, ready to go hunting, but I'm been talking to a lot of people. Most people don't want to buy a bow that is decked out, ready to go, because they want to buy it and personalize it. They want to buy their own arrows, their own rest, their own this, their own that, their own stabilizer. They want to personalize their own bow, which makes sense. I don't want to buy a bow that's loaded, but for me to sell my bow as an unloaded bow, it's not worth as much. So that drops my price point down. Like, I was hoping to get right around $1,000 for my loaded bow, and now I'm looking at maybe getting $700 for my bare bow. So I had an offer at $900 through eBay, which ain't enough money, because after eBay takes their cut, you know, you're losing $100 fucking dollars. So I don't know. Selling a used bow is not freaking easy, I guess what I'm trying to get at. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and make the switch to Mathews and be done with it. I definitely want to shoot the Hoyt again, though. I'm gonna shoot them both. I'm gonna put them both up. I'm gonna shoot them both. I'm not gonna just be like, yes, baby, I'm going in here. I'm like fucking Boxer 101. I'm buying a Mathews. This is what I want. I ain't fucking around. This is the bow I want because of this and this and this. Now I want to shoot them. I want to shoot them. If I can't afford the Hoyt when I go there, I put on layaway and come up with the extra $500 another day. Not a big deal. I don't have to have a new bow. I don't have to buy a new bow today. I'm going to get what I want. And when I bought the RX1, I didn't take my time. Like, I sold my bow, and I had a Hoyt Spider 28-inch that it needed shimming done to the cams and a few other things, and then I ended up selling it on eBay for $1,000 with it loaded out, and I was fucking tickled and ran to the bank with that. And then I went right out and bought the RX1, and I had my mindset that I was buying an RX1 and that's all there was to it. And I shot a Triax, and I fucking love the Triax. Like, I only shot it a handful of times at one shop, and I was like, it ain't that bad. Then I went to another shop and shot it again. I'm like, was that the Triax? He's like, yeah. I was like, I really like that. And I should have just bought that bow. But for some reason I didn't. I ended up going to another shop, and I was like, yeah, I'm here to buy an RX1. They had the color that I wanted. I wanted the QU RX1. And they had one, and I just went there and I bought it, not thinking. I didn't even shoot it. I was like, set it up. That's what I'm buying. I'm out of here. This is what I want. This is what I'm buying. I don't give a shit. I'm not doing that again this year. If I buy a Mathews, it's going to be the ambush green. That's simple as that. I feel like I'm like every other fucking person on YouTube and in the United States, but I don't care. I'm not doing it to follow anybody because somebody else bought this bow. It's not why I'm going to buy the bow because somebody else fucking bought it. I'm going to buy this bow because that's what I personally like. And I feel like they made the bow for me. I mean, it's like, instead of where the VXR, I should have put on there, this bow was made for Mikey Woomer. That's what it literally says when I look at that bow. And if I don't buy that bow, I'm going to regret it until I buy the next one that's made for me. And I don't know when that'll ever be. So, having said all that, I am impressed. I'm more impressed with Hoyt because they really dropped their riser. They really shortened their bow down. And I still may buy the Hoyt. I'm not saying that I'm not going to buy a Hoyt or that I'm not going to buy the Mathews. I want to shoot them. But when I was at the shot, I had it in my mind. I was like, yeah, bitch, I'm buying the fucking Hoyt. I'm leaving here buying a Hoyt. This is what I want to do. I'm going to buy the Hoyt. And I shot it 3 fucking times. That's not enough time You can't shoot a bow 3 times and be like, yes, this is the bow I'm going to spend $1,500 on. Because that's how much they wanted for it at my shop. $1,500, I think. It wasn't $1,700, it was $1,500. And I don't know why that is, but that's what she told me, it was $1,500. So, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this and everything, but there's not a lot of videos out on these bows yet. There's just not. And I really want to see a review with somebody running it through a chronograph with a number 2 Hoyt Alpha, because I don't have a chronograph. Not saying that my shop doesn't have one, but I don't have time to go do all that. I like to see the reviews. I like to watch the videos. I'm driving truck and bored out of my goddamn mind. Will somebody please make a video with a number 2 cam Hoyt? Nobody has done it. I guess because nobody has one yet. And I did not think that my shop had one either, but obviously they did. I wish I would have videoed it. If I would have known that there was going to be 0 videos of a freaking Hoyt Alpha number 2 cam, like the last video I had has almost 400 freaking views on it already. That's crazy for me, because I don't get that many views on my videos. I mean, on some of my older views, I have over 1,000 views, but I'm just a dumb YouTuber with 100 freaking subscribers, which I love. And, you know, I don't love them per se, but I love that I have subscribers. Like, that's my big thing is, yeah, I love that you watch it. I love the activity you're doing, but you personally, I fucking know you. I don't love you. Get the fuck out of here. Anybody that says that's a retard and just trying to get you to like their videos and share them, they don't love you. They don't. How can they possibly love God? Because you watch my stuff, that means that you love. Another story for another time. Not gonna get into it. I love the fact that you guys watch it and subscribe. So if you're watching this, subscribe. We're gonna make some dumb fucking videos and have a good time. I talk about my teeth, I talk about pot edibles, and I talk about driving truck. And I used to go off about a fucking watch, which I now have. I used to go off about the Samsung watch and the reviews. People were making reviews on the watches, and they wasn't like, they were doing unboxings, which don't get me wrong, unboxing videos are cool, but I want to see how the thing performs. What else can you do with it? Get it out of the box. We know what it looks like out of the fucking box. What does it do when you go swimming with it? Jump in a fucking swimming pool and get out. What happens? Is it okay? Is it not okay? You know, that's the shit that I was getting mad with, and I was just rambling, going off. And anybody that's trying to build a heavier arrow, if you haven't looked up Redwx Archery yet, you're nuts. Seriously. Outs. If you want to make a tougher arrow, Redwx Archery is the only way, hands down, to go. Other than, I think Black Eagle is coming out with something that's kind of similar, but I think it's more money. Of course it is, because it goes to a bigger company. Redwx is a veteran-owned United States company. Hands down, bam, mic drop. I shoot Easton Axis 5mm 340 match grade out of a 70-pound RX1. I think they're 340. They're either 340 or they're 300. I'm not 100% sure of that. Don't hold me to it. But my errors are right around 330 or 530. Not 330. Jesus Christ. 520 to 530 grains. They're hard hitting, fast. Blow through my target. They're awesome fucking arrows. I love them. I can't shoot the same target with them or I'll smash them and break them all up. I've already did it to 2 of them. So yeah, that's all I got to say on that, guys. You know, I'm in love with the new Mathews. Honestly, I think they made the bow for me. I think they seen my thoughts. They had a fucking drone following me around, hovering right over top of me, reading my thoughts, knowing exactly what I want out of a bow. But, you know, like I said in my last video, when I drew back that Mathews, the top heaviness was gone, but when it was in my hand, it was top heavy. I mean, not overly, and I wouldn't probably notice it if you don't have every YouTuber talking about, oh, how it's not top heavy at all. It is top heavy. Quit lying. It's talking points. Just like the dead in the hand. Oh, it's so dead in the hand. It's talking points. You're repeating the same dumb shit. Say something new. But when you draw the bow back, the top heaviness goes away. You don't notice it. When you got the bow back and you're drew back like this, you feel like like it feels like a target bow. Like it feels like you could hold that thing there for the rest of your life. It doesn't feel like you're not all over the place. Like you feel like you could hold that thing right there forever. It feels like a target bow. And when you shoot it, you're just like, wow. Like it has that little bit of a punch back here when you get it back here. And then it just stays there. It's just, and that was at whatever, however, like 74 pounds, 77 or 72 pounds, something like that, 70 pounds, whatever it was, doesn't matter. Like it just stays there. And then the Hoyt, when you pick the Hoyt up, it's so much lighter. Like it's such a, like I just felt like I could just throw it up in the air and start juggling it. Like it was just so light. I was like blown away with how light this bow is. And like, and when you're holding your hand, you're like, man, I can really, like I backpack in. Even for a big guy, I backpack the fuck in. I backpack at least 40 minutes, I think it is, of a walk. And that's just to get to where the woods really start. Like a lot of times, it takes me at least a half an hour to an hour sometimes to get back to my spot where I'm hunting at. Because I like to hunt where nobody else is. It's how I am. And even though I'm a big fat guy, trust me, I hike, I get into it. And so I'm like, all right, I can really see the ethical thing in this. And when you draw it back, it's just as of a, it's almost the same aggressiveness right there at the very end. And maybe if you had like a 65 pound to a 60 pound bow, that would really get rid of that like, but it was just a solid back here. But, and it stayed right there too. Like, but it was lighter up here. Like, it was really lighter up here, but it held there. It was lighter. It was like, it felt nice. It felt like a hunting bow. And the other one felt more like a target bow. But I don't know. What is better? What is better? Well, I would think almost a target bow would almost be better, especially in a hunting situation, because you want to be able to hold that thing right there. You don't want a bow that's going to be like super light up there. I mean, granted, once you have your weight and everything on and you're all decked out, you know, it's going to be different, but I don't know. I guess it all comes down to personal preference and what you can afford. At this point, I can't fucking afford either one because I still have my RX1. That's the truth of it all. But, you know, don't get me wrong, I got the money. I could go fucking buy two of them if I wanted to. I ain't gonna do that because I'm not a fucking retard. Although I might go put one on layaway this weekend. Yeah, I don't know. Like and subscribe. Let me know if you guys want to see more of this bullshit. That's all I really got to say on the subject for right now. Until I go shoot them again. My shop's supposed to let me know when they got more number 2 cams in. I can tell you right now, I would not buy a Hoyt today unless it was a number 2 cam. If they don't have a number 2 cam, I'm not even the slightest little bit interested in the bow whatsoever. I don't care if it's an alpha or whatever the fuck the other one is. I'm not, and I don't even want an alpha or an Axius. That's it. If it's not one of them two, with the number 2 cam, I'm not even remotely close to being interested. And if it's not a 28 VXR, I'm not even at all interested. And if it's not a fucking green 28-inch fucking Mathews, I'm not interested. So it's just that. Because I'm picky. I'm gonna be picky. It's a lot of fucking money to spend. I want what I want. And this is my hobby. And I quit smoking like 2.5 years ago, and this is my gift to myself that I can buy a bow whenever the fuck I want to. So roll in and out of there like a fucking doctor, right? So, alright guys. I'm in the Carolinas. I'm headed up to Music, PA. Music. I think it's Moosic. Music. It's up by Williams, Port, no. Oh my god, I can't think of what it's called. Wilkes-Barre. Up by Wilkes-Barre, I think. Wilkes-Barre's Grand area up in there somewhere. Alright. Take her easy. Shut the fucking camera off, Mike. I think I'm probably gonna like this about the best. I don't know why. But I don't know. Let's test this out, see how I feel about this one. You know, this is me looking at the light. Into the light. How does my eyes look? My eyes look nice, aren't they? Is that working? I want to see how that works without no flash on. Like, I think I like it better with no flash. If no flash works better, I'm going to use it with no fucking flash, because I like it better that way. Or take it up a little bit right there. How does that look? I feel like I'm squinting down at the end of the view here. I mean, not that I want to look at this anyhow, but you know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? We'll see if this is any better whatsoever. I was cutting my head off. Maybe I still am. Am I still cutting my head off? Maybe this is cutting my head off. I don't know. Let's see if that's cutting my head off. I don't know. Can't really get it up any higher. Oh, that's what she said last night. I'm an idiot. How does that look? Does that look any better? I got my flash on. It's like blinding me. I'm like, no, not the light. Yeah, it's not that bad, but it ain't that good. I have a little light that I could put up, like right there. I could try that out. Or I could just turn the light on back here. I don't know. See what that looks like. I moved this thing all around. I feel like it's like way too close to my face now. I don't know. I'll add all this in the end. You guys can laugh at me. Is it on? Can't tell if it's on or not.